Guys, welcome. Oh my goodness. Yes. Welcome. Today is another heated discussion. And as always, I'm not going to be here for too long. I'm here for just a few minutes, maybe 30. Yes. But we are going to talk about something very important. I'm going to wait just maybe 2 or 3 minutes for at least one person to join. If you're tuning in, I'm live on my TikTok and on my YouTube channel. And feel free to watch me on either of those. And I'm hydrating because this is part of what I'm going to talk about. So you've probably seen the topic, and actually I have different topics on each of these. So on my YouTube, I'm talking about your mind plus your body equals you. And on the other side, I'm talking about wellness. So it's pretty much the same thing. So welcome guys, and I hope we can hang out. And I hope we can talk about this topic that's very dear to my heart. This is something I am very passionate about, and I hope we can all learn together. So if you're coming on in, welcome guys. I don't know what I can do to while I wait on you guys. Okay, I see it's been almost 2 minutes, so I'm still gonna wait because I haven't seen anybody join me yet. Yes, finally somebody joined me on TikTok. Thank you so much. Please stay. Hi, Magals. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hi, Kenga. Thank you so much. Please, as you join me, tap on the screen and we are going to have some lovely time together. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I have my topic up there and it is called wellness. Hi, Duke. Thank you so much for joining. Please continue tapping on the screen as you come in. Hi, what's up? Agent FV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, so we're going to talk about wellness. This is something I'm very passionate about, and I hope we can learn together, we can share together. And if you're joining me, would you just let me know what your understanding is of wellness? What your understanding is of wellness and what it encompasses. This is going to be a mutual discussion. I'm going to do a lot of the topic, but I'm hoping you guys can engage. Okay. Yes, thank you. So, hi Steve, thank you so much for joining. Welcome, guys. So, I see I have a little bit of quorum on my YouTube this side. Hi, and my TikTok as well. So, as you come in, please tap, give me those likes because I'm depending on you guys. So, your mind and your body equals you. So, one thing we need to understand is that your mind and your body are one unit. So you can't say I'm gonna take care of my body and forget what my mind does. And you have to take care of both of them. Sorry, let me put this down here. So I have a glance at it because I don't want to forget anything. I want to be sure I deliver everything to you guys and just have a mutual discussion. So let's talk about your mind, the emotional part of you, the mental part of you. This is very important. And if you don't know me, my name is Claudine. I am a psychiatry nurse practitioner, and I'm also dual certified in acute care. So I venture in both the medical and the mental health part of it. But today we are going to discuss both of them, your mind and your body, because these two things are like twins. They're together. You can't separate one from the other. You have to make sure you take care of those. So one thing I'm going to talk about the mental part is managing stress. And stress is one way in which you react to any changes around you. So so the first thing I can say is when you look at the changes, they could be the good, the bad, the ugly, or even just the imagined ones because you don't know if they're there or not. It's just your mental part that's telling you that it's there. And some stress can be productive, but some of them can be counterproductive. So other than stress being harmful to us, they can also lead to some worsening of health problems. So let's say if you're already dealing with some mental health issues and then you go through a very bad mental stress area, you can make your situation worse. So what are some of the ways in which we can help manage stress? We are humans and we can't say that we are immune to stress, right? Stress comes from different angles, whether from family, from work, from friends, from everyday activities. You go through stress. The only thing that's different is how you handle this stress. So that's why we are going to talk about ways of managing stress. And this is going to be my main focus for the next few minutes. And again, if you're joining me, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are talking about wellness. We are talking about the mind and the body as one unit. Okay? Yes. I see I have some people on both the YouTube and my TikTok channel where I'm live in both of them. So if you're joining me, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please give me those likes. Tap the screen as you come in for my TikTok peeps. Tap the screen as you come in. I'm trying to get those likes up. Yes, thank you so much. I see everybody on both sides. I may not be able to mention your names because I want to keep going. I'm trying not to make this live video too long. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, so ways of managing stress. The first is maintain a regular program of healthy eating, good health habits, and adequate sleep. So those are like three things in one. Let's talk about healthy eating. And personally, I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I find myself overindulging in certain things, even though I know they're not the best for me. But when we talk about healthy eating, we're looking at the three main classes of foods: the carbohydrates, the proteins, and the vegetables. So they talk about making your plate colorful. Yes. So when we talk about colors, you may have to make sure you include your greens and your fruits in there. So healthy eating is the first part of it. The second part is good health habits. And good health habits is just making sure you do the regular routine things, following up with your PCP, making sure you hydrate, making sure you avoid smoking. Yes, smoking is harmful to your health. Making sure you, if you're in a car, you maintain your seatbelt. If you basically avoid things that are not good for you, things that can be harmful to your health. Okay. And then the next part of it is adequate sleep. I recently did a live video. I think it's been at least 2 weeks since I did a live video on sleep. And sleep is one of those things we can talk about the whole day, right? Because lack of sleep just dismantles your whole day. You'll wake up crabby, you'll wake up irritable, not able to function fully, because sleep is part of your daily living. You have to get it. You have to get enough. And they talk about 7 to 9 hours of sleep for adults and 8 to 10 hours for kids. And let me tell you, this week and last week I was on vacation and I have been getting the best sleep ever. Yes, the best sleep ever. Like today I woke up at 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh my goodness. I went to bed at midnight though. So it still kind of balances. So even from midnight to 9 o'clock in the morning, that's 8 hours of sleep, 8 to 9 hours of sleep, which is very, very good. And this is not something I get on routine basis, because if I have to wake up at 4 to go to work, for you to get 8 hours, if you're waking up at 4, that means you have to go to bed at 8, and that's not feasible. So you have to take care of yourself when you are possible. Yeah, so if you can stay the whole night and feel fine and then sleep for 15 hours and still feel tired, then that means something is not right. That's not normal. Let me back up and say, it also depends on the quality of sleep versus quantity. Sleeping 15 hours and you're still tired, that means something else needs to be taken care of. On the other side, staying up the whole night and still feeling tired, that means something needs to be checked up. Ideally, I wouldn't say that's normal. Yes, from the mental health perspective and the physical um, health perspective, that's not normal. I will definitely check it out and make sure everything is fine. That means your body is not balancing the way it should. In reality, you should sleep 7 to 9 hours and feel fine, continue with your daily activities. Yes, so that's what my recommendation will be. Um, so moving on to the next part is how to manage stress. How to manage stress the next part is exercise regularly, which helps promote your physical and your emotional well-being. So when we talk about exercise, you'll be aiming 30 to 60 minutes of exercise per day for 3 to 5 days per week. There are people who work out every single day, and that's fine. If you can work out every single day, that's good for you. Personally, I'm still working on that. Yes, I'm still working on my physical activity. That person that can work out for a couple of days and then just forget about it. But I still, even with that, I still do like just brisk walking around. And one thing is that my smartphone will alert me and tell me, hey, it's time to get up. If I've been sitting down for too long, it will remind me it's time to get up, and it won't stop until I literally get up and walk. So that's one thing that keeps me going. The other part we'll talk about is don't let your emotions get bottled up inside. Share your feelings with others. They say that a problem shared is half solved. And I can tell you that sometimes when you talk to somebody, this can help alleviate your stress level. This can help alleviate your stress level. And it depends on where it's stemming from. If it's stemming from your physical health, make sure you talk to your doctors. If it's stemming from your emotional health, it's okay to talk to a therapist because they can help you with these things. If it's stemming from your cycle of friends, then you need to evaluate your cycle of friends and decide on who you want to keep hanging out with, because some friends bring stress with it. Yes. I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's good that you are able to listen to this and just reevaluate yourself and see what you can help fix. Yes. So as I was talking about talking to somebody about your stress, there are therapists out there, there are Christian counselors, there are doctors in different areas. You can have that respected friend that you can share your problems with, and they'll be able to help you in whichever way possible. But definitely study your friend first before you share out whatever you're sharing with them. The next thing I want to talk about is learn to manage your time efficiently. It may not sound like a real problem until you encounter it, but poor time management really leads to a lot of stress. Let's look at it this way. If you have like 5 things to do on your list for the day, and by the end of the day, you've only completed 2 or 3 things, and this is because you didn't manage your time well. You are not allocating your time efficiently. You are not following the right channel of what you're supposed to do. By the end of the day, you find yourself like you find that you've not accomplished what you are supposed to do within the day. By the end of the day, you find yourself rolling over whatever you are supposed to do today to tomorrow. And if this cycle continues, it's gonna be like a habit. Before you know, you realize that there's so much that you've not done, right? And if this happens, it's going to lead to an emotional distress. It can put you into a depressive mode, which is not good for you. So time management, definitely. And I see one of the nurses on here as well. Thank you so much, Nurse Cheswa, for joining. And this is one thing I want to talk about when it comes to nursing as well. If you have an activity that, like you plan for the day when you get to work, and you try to follow it to the T. By the end of the day, you go home on time, you realize that these things have worked for you. Having a plan when you're at work also gives you room to take your breaks, because if you don't plan and you get to like halfway through your shift and you realize, oh, I should have done this at this time, but you haven't done it. So let's back up a little bit. Let's say you're going into a patient's room. When you're doing your physical exam, you can go ahead and do your skin check as well at the same time, so that when you're done, you just go and document. Versus, let's say you're in there, you're doing your physical exam, you finish, and then you go to document and you're like, oh, I didn't check the skin. Then you have to go back again. And the patient will be looking at you like, weren't you just in here? Didn't you just check on me? And blah, blah, you know. So having a plan, proper time management can help you even during your daily work activities. The other thing is learn to avoid unnecessary arguments or quarrels. Yes. This may sound weird, but it is very true. It is very true. When you quarrel or you argue unnecessarily, this is going to put your stress level very high. And you can snap on the wrong people. You can end up making mistakes just because you're upset and not because you don't know what you're doing. So even though sometimes it's one of those things where you're like, you just feel like responding in a very, very way. Avoiding unnecessary arguments with people can help you, because you don't want to find yourself in situations that you don't need yourself in, if I may use that word. So avoiding unnecessary arguments or even quarrels. The next one can sound a little different, but it says do a stress rehearsal. So a stress rehearsal is where you try to picture yourself in a stressful situation. So if that happens, how are you going to react to it? Are you going to snap? Are you going to do your deep breathing? Are you going to step away? Are you going to use your verbal cues? Yes, that's Shudik. Zero infrastructure people. These people can dismantle your health, both physical and emotional. So make sure you study those you work around. And if you're around the same people frequently, you'll get to realize that you'll come to learn who they really are, and you know how to avoid them or how to handle them in stressful situations. So definitely understanding the people you are around. So welcome guys, if you're joining me, we are talking about wellness today. We are talking about your mind and your body equals you. So these two things are two in one. They are not inseparable. So an imbalance in one can lead to an imbalance in the other. So if you're joining, please give me those likes, tap the screen as you come in. And I'm going to try not to make this live video too long. The next thing I want to talk about is minimize your exposure to things that can cause stress. So if this means your cycle of friends that are always stressing you up, or even your cycle of family that are always stressing you up, you need to minimize the exposure. I know people make a joke like during Thanksgiving or holidays when people come together, you find that those who don't get along find themselves in the same room and the stress level just goes up. Of course, sometimes you can't avoid your family, but other stressful situations that you can avoid is the wrong cycle of friends, be it at work, be it in different activities. Other stressful things that you can minimize is watching programs that will just raise your temperature up. Things that can cause trigger in your life. Those are stressful situations. You can try and avoid them whenever you can. The other thing is spend time helping others. Yes, because helping others is just one way of giving back to the community, whether it's paid or voluntary. Because you'll spend time interacting with people, just sharing with them and listening to them as well. This can help you um, emotionally or even physically. The other thing is engaging in activities that you enjoy and look forward to. One thing I enjoy doing is cooking, and one day I'll come live just cooking, um, because this is one thing that's more therapeutic to me. So things that you enjoy and you look forward to, be it catching up with your favorite program, be it hanging out with your best friends, going on a walk, going to work if that gives you joy. Yes, there are people who love and enjoy their jobs and they can't wait to wake up and go to their jobs. But there are people who, when it comes to going to work, it's like the adrenaline is just kicking in and the emotional distress is just up here. So, of course, you got to work, right? Some people have to work, some people don't. So, if you're the kind of person that has to work, then you just have to look for a way of making sure that you manage your stress well when you're at work. Another way of managing stress is accepting the things you cannot change in yourself or even in others. That's self-explanatory. We don't even have to talk about it. There are things we can't change. You just have to keep going. So something like your work policies, you can't change them. You just have to keep working. Yeah? Yes. The other thing is take satisfaction in your accomplishments. Don't dwell on your shortcomings. And this is one thing that we as humans are very good at. Let's say you're a student and you fail one test. You're just gonna keep dwelling on this failure to the point that it puts you in a depression mode or even in a stressful situation. Instead of dwelling in that, why don't you just look and see, okay, what is it that made me fail? What can I change? Is it my study method? Is it that I didn't study well? Is it that I didn't pay attention to the specific questions? So just focusing on the accomplishment that at least you attempted your test is going to help you, versus if you just say, okay, I failed this test, that's it, this is the end of it for me. No, that's not the way things are going to help you. And the next thing is make sure you forgive yourself for your mistakes. We fall short of everything, of things that are within our control and things that are not within our control. The best thing you can do is to forgive yourself. You can't beat yourself up every single day about a mistake you did in your life, because this is not going to help you in any way, right? You can learn from your mistake and keep moving forward, because by the end of the day, what else is there to blame yourself for? Okay? We can just do so much, and if things happen in the way they happen, just forgive yourself and keep moving on. All right. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Positivity. This is very important. A positive mind will lead you to positive outcome. A negative mind will lead you into a negative outcome. Just like that. Maintaining positive mind. Yeah, I see you guys. Thank you. Please, when you join, tap on the screen for me and tap on the screen so we can get those likes. One thing that I really cherish about managing stress is balancing work and family or personal life. I'm that kind of person who doesn't believe in working too much. Okay, you can work, but I also value my time off away from work and time with family. Like right now, I'm just finishing my 2-week vacation. Yep. I'm finishing my 2-week vacation, and that's something I really cherish. I don't believe in working all through without time off. That's not me. And don't wait to take time off when you are not able to enjoy it. Take time off, travel, relax, sleep. Like these past days, I've been sleeping without setting an alarm. Do you know what that feels like? It's very refreshing. You wake up fresh, relaxed, and just ready to go your days. And that's one thing I look forward to. the days when I can sleep without setting an alarm, where you sleep and just wake up because, okay, I feel like I've slept enough. Let me get up now. Or you wake up because you're now hungry and you have to go eat. Yes, sleeping with no pressure or just having life with no pressure. Of course, there's going to be some level of pressure, but if you can go to sleep with no worries that, okay, I have to wake up for work at 6 in the morning, or I have to wake up, somebody like me, if I'm waking up for work, I have to wake up at 4. Do you know what that feels, waking up at 4 to go to work versus sleeping until 8 or 9 in the morning? It's a soft life. Some of us may not understand it, but if you are that person who wakes up for work, regardless of what time you wake up, you'll know that it's something that you don't look forward to, but you have to do, right? You have to set your alarm, otherwise you're gonna sleep in and you'll be late for work and you might get in trouble or you might get fired, versus if you just go to sleep, not worrying about work, sleeping in. It's soft life, right? It's soft life. At least it's for me for the next few days before I start waking up, yes. Okay, the other thing I want to say is surround yourself with cheerful people. Avoid stress carriers. If your friend is a stress carrier, this stress is gonna transfer to you, whether directly or indirectly. So make sure you surround yourself with cheerful people. Oh, thank you, Spider-Man. Yay, thank you so much. Yeah. So definitely surrounding yourself with the right people is gonna put you at the next level of positive people. And the final part is seek professional help if you have one or more of the problems that can cause stress. So things like excessive worry, anxiety, nervousness, crying spells or feeling hopelessness, withdrawal from friends, withdrawal from co-workers and even relatives, or even getting angry at anyone. That's not normal. You need to seek professional help. Yes, yes, yes. That's a lot of information, but very, very worth it. And today's live video, I just wanted to talk about wellness, which is something very, very important. It's very near and dear to me. I love it. I love wellness topics. And that was my goal for today. I know there's not a lot of engagement on both ends, but I know there were people that were able to join me, and we were able to learn together. And if we just want to hang out for a little bit, I'm going to be on for a few more minutes just to see how everything went here. Just go through the messages. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm just finishing up, but I've been talking about wellness. Your body and your mind are two in one. Two in one. Two in one. Okay, so my goal was to be here for about 30 minutes, and I think my 30 minutes is coming up. And yes, 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 guys. Yeah, this was amazing. Okay, guys, I think my time is coming up here. Okay, let me see. All right, maybe I can ask a question. What are some of the things that you do to help with your wellness? What are some of the things you do to help with your wellness? What are some things you do to help with your wellness? Let's say, how do you manage your wellness? What are some of the things you do to help with your wellness? Okay. So let's talk about workplace health and safety. Workplace health and safety. And I'm talking from experience. There's um, a lot of workplace violence, whether it's from colleagues, whether it's from patients, whether it's from family members. Yes, there's a lot of workplace violence that take place. So what are some of the workplace health and safety things that you can target? And I'm just going to talk about this briefly for maybe 5 or 10 minutes at most. Workplace violence. So as we know, workplaces depend on employees for the services and productivity. And it also depends on what we do on and off work, right? So as an employee, you carry the name of your workplace. And this is something that can either help or break you. So some of the general guidelines for workplace safety is to practice good health habits. And this helps you stay safe, it helps you stay healthy, and it helps you stay alert at work. Always being on the lookout for your work when you're at work, because a lot of these things happen within like seconds, a snap of seconds. So always being on the loop. So let's talk of a typical scenario. Let's say if people have to run for their lives. And of course, this is different. People are different, that those who are not physically able. But if you are to run for your life at work, are you physically able to run? If you're not physically able to run, what are your alternatives when it comes to staying healthy to help you with your work balance? And of course, manage stress. That's another thing we've talked about. If you don't manage your stress, it's going to be difficult for you to hang around people, to just do your work effectively. So managing stress. And most of this that I talked about was stress management. And we talked about several points on that. So if you're just joining me, you can go back and rewatch this later. But the main thing we talked about was managing stress, because stress, we live in a stressful time frame. And stress is one of those things that can really break you physically, emotionally, and even socially. Prevent and manage back pain. And this is mainly like for physical involving stuff. So like somebody in healthcare, we do a lot of strenuous activities like helping with repositioning, transferring patients, lifting things. They always talk about being able to lift at least 50 pounds of objects off the ground. So making sure you do the right body mechanism will help prevent back pain. And then set realistic goals, budget your time, and track your orders. And that stems back to what we talked about of effective time management. So definitely being on the look for all these things and involving yourself in activities that you can and avoiding those things that you can't. You don't want to do too much. If you're not physically able to lift somebody, don't try lifting them just because your job requires you to. By the end of the day, you are yourself. You're going to have to deal with this by yourself. So make sure you do only that you can do, right? The next thing is balance work, personal, and family life. We talked about that already. Taking time to yourself. Yes, taking time to yourself and to make sure you can achieve that. Okay. All right. I think that's really about it. If anybody wants to join me, hey, hi Obadiah, how are you? Thank you for joining. We're just hanging out, talking about wellness, wellness. Yes, yeah, this is something that I'm very passionate about, health and wellness. Please give me those likes, tap the screen as you come in. Yeah, tap the screen as you come in. I'm trying to get those likes. I'm still dragging behind there. All right, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and